Hi everyone, this is Lady Vintage Bags here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. And today I'm doing a review on my vintage Louis Vuitton Bordeaux handbag, and this is in the GM size. So let's take a quick look at the handbag here. So this is what the front looks like. So we have the monogram canvas, treated leather, beautiful gold hardware with the LV logo in the circle. It has a treated leather strap. This strap is not adjustable. There's no adjustments available on this. This is what the back looks like. So you have a slip pocket at the back, and if you open it up, it's leather lined interior. So we have the heat stamp just there, Louis Vuitton made in France. We've got one main compartment and one zippered compartment. Inside the zippered compartment, it's looking like that because the interior lining unfortunately has peeled off and become sticky, so I've cleaned it out and that's what it looks like now. And you have a beautiful zipper pull here, and also the strap is detachable from these points, so the straps snap onto the bag, and the hardware on the snaps say Louis Vuitton engraved there. Now fortunately for my bag, the lining on the back pocket has not peeled or become sticky, so it's still in its intact original lining, so that's really nice. So let me tell you about my purchase story for this bag. So this is actually the second Louis Vuitton vintage bag that I had ever bought. And the very first one I bought was a Cartouchier GM size, and I bought that from a Japanese reseller on eBay for about 500 Australian dollars in 2018. So that one was in good condition for the canvas, but the leather was really dry and had some cracks on it. So I received that bag and I wore it out, and on the very first day, the side strap of the Cartouchier snapped off. So I contacted the seller on eBay and arranged a refund. So I was really disappointed because I didn't get a bag in the end. So I had this $500 to spend and I was looking for another bag. At that time, I didn't really know about many of the different styles of vintage bags available. And so I was just browsing on that same seller's eBay store and I came across this bag. And I was really drawn to this LV logo here. It's just so gorgeous. And at that time, I didn't really know the difference between vachetta and the treated leather. I just looked at it and went, oh, that's beautiful. And I also noticed that it did have these snap buttons so that I could undo the strap. So I thought, that's versatile. I can wear it different ways. And then I just made an impulse decision to buy this bag. So this bag ended up costing me 350 Australian dollars. And at the time, eBay was not collecting GST. So it was actually priced at about nearly 400 Australian dollars, but I got a 10% eBay voucher at the time, so I brought it down to about 350 Australian dollars. So no GST plus free shipping. And I was really excited to get it. I waited about a week. So this seller ships really quickly from Japan to Australia. You only have to wait 1 week and then the bag is in your hand. And that includes during COVID. They were really consistent with their shipping times, and I'm really happy with this seller. So when something went wrong, they took the bag back. And they've always been really consistent with their shipping times. I think they use DHL. So this bag has a date code, which is just in this front corner here. I don't think you'll be able to see it. It's just embossed into the leather. It doesn't have any color to it or anything. So if the bag is facing me, then it's in the front right corner there. A lot of my vintage bags have the date code in that exact same spot in the front right corner. So during the era that this bag was made, which is the 90s, the convention of the handbag was that the first 2 letters were the location that the bag was made, followed by 4 digits. And of the 4 digits, the first and third digit represent the month, and the second and fourth digit represent the year. So let's take a look at my date code. So my date code is A2. Even though A2 is not 2 letters, but rather a number and a letter, it is still considered 2 letters in the date code system. So A2 is one of the codes used for made in France. And the first and third digit are 0 and 4, so the 4th month. And the second and fourth digit is 9 and 2. So April 1992, made in France. So this bag is nearly 30 years old. And to me, this is still in really good condition. Now, part of what makes this bag not the best condition is there are some cracks. So as you can see here, there's a crack there. And on this side, there is a crack here. And that's part of why I got it for about $350 at the time. Now, in terms of the strap, so as you can see, there is wrinkling and cracks in the glazing. And that's from where the strap is constantly attached to the bag. So you can see here it's lost some of the color of the leather, the pigmentation, and there's a lot of cracks here, and it's just permanently bent in those spots. Now this bag exists, to my knowledge, in only monogram canvas. It doesn't exist in any other canvas types, and it does not exist in epi leather, so it's just one print only. It does, however, exist in 2 sizes. So this is the GM size, as I mentioned earlier, and there is also a PM size. At the time when I purchased it, I didn't know that there was 2 sizes. I just saw this one and bought it. And over the years, I've had it since 2018, I have sometimes wondered, would I have been happier with a PM size? And the reason I say that is because sometimes on my frame, it can look a bit boxy. And I'm generally a structured handbag kind of person. I do like boxy bags, but I think because it's a flat profile, sometimes it just looked like I was wearing an envelope. So here's some mod shots of it crossbody. So sometimes I thought, is it too wide? Would I have been happier with a smaller bag being so flat? And that's how it looks as a shoulder bag. I believe both ways look really gorgeous. I'm generally a crossbody person, so I always wear my bags crossbody because I like to be hands-free. And I don't like to tilt my shoulders too much to one side because I've got back problems and shoulder problems. And I'll just show you some mod shots of it without the strap. So as you can see, it's really nice and easy to just unsnap and pull out the strap. So here it is as a clutch. So I have worn this to weddings. It looks really nice and classy. So let's take a look at the size of this GM. Now you may notice some bubbling of the canvas on the sides here. And I think that formed part of why I got it for such a cheap price, was because that's happened to the bag. So in terms of the width, so this bag's 27 centimeters. So about the same size as my Louis Vuitton Montaigne. I have a review video of my Louis Vuitton Montaigne clutch, which you can find on my channel. In terms of the height, it's about 19.5 centimeters, which works out to be about 7 3/4 inches, and the length 27 centimeters works out to be about 10 3/4 inches. And in terms of the width, this is pretty much how wide it is when empty, which is about 3 centimeters, which is about 1.25 inches. Now when full, you can really get it stretched out like that, but I don't like to have it that full because I feel as though that's probably not healthy for the bag to be stretched out that far. But if you really needed to, that's about 7 centimeters, which is 2 3/4 inches. Now I generally like to play with different straps with my bags, but I find that this one is not so easy to wear other straps, so I actually don't use other straps with this bag, only the original strap. But if you really wanted to, for example, I'll just demonstrate with a gold chain. So this is a thin gold chain with a small lobster claw. So it is possible to use this strap in 2 different ways with this bag. So the first way would be to attach this lobster claw to this loop here. Like so, and I'm going to repeat it on the other side. And so now you have a gold chain bag. And this is how it looks. So that does look nice. The reason why I don't actually do that is because if I did have any weight to the bag, this lobster claw will start to stretch out this loop and possibly even cause a tear. So I don't want to damage the bag. Another way you could wear it with this strap with the small lobster claw is this lobster claw can actually fit through the loop. And I'm going to repeat that on the other side. So now I've looped the chain through. I'm going to attach one side of the strap to the other. And now the strap is no longer pulling on those loops, but it is going to rub up against the glazing on the side of the bags. So that's how the bag looks now. So that also looks very beautiful. But again, I don't actually do that because I don't want to damage the bag by having this chain constantly rubbing and wearing away the glazing that I have there. Now let's take a look at what fits. So I do generally use a full-size wallet. As you can see, it's fat, so I can get that in there. Phone, lip product, pen. So let's see if it'll close. Yes, it does. And so the sides are stretched out, but the gusset is still facing inwards rather than protruding outwards like so. That is too far for me to fill the bag. This I can live with. Or for a few hours at least, I'd be comfortable wearing the bag out this full. So I'll just show you what the bag looks like on my body while full. So I'll just attach the straps back on. So that's just a snap button there. If you're familiar with the vintage Louis Vuitton St. Cloud, it's the same snap button. I also have a review video on my vintage Louis Vuitton St. Cloud GM on my channel as well if you'd like to watch that. So this is how it looks on my frame. So because this was one of my earlier vintage Louis Vuitton bags, I did wear this non-stop for a period of time and I found that it held up quite well. I don't baby my bags at all. And I feel as though after owning it since 2018, it looks to be in the same condition in which I first bought it in. It doesn't really look any worse for wear over the years at all. Now let's talk about some pros and cons with this bag. So in terms of pros, we have treated leather rather than vachetta. So this is an all-weather bag, and I've said this many times in other videos, but rain, hail or shine, you can take the bag out, no problem. I don't like to have to worry about what weather it's going to be, what the forecast is saying before I pick my handbag. Another pro of this bag is that you can wear it two ways because it does have the detachable strap. So you can wear it as a clutch bag or you can wear it as a crossbody or shoulder bag. So you do have some versatility there. I like for my bags to have versatility, to be worn in more than one way. We are spending a lot of money on these bags, and even though they're vintage, they still cost more than what you would pay on a high street bag. And they are well made, but also everyone has a budget. Everyone works hard for their money and everyone has to spend their money wisely and get the most bang out of their buck. Now, in terms of cons, I find this flat profile to be a con because you can only fit so much without uncomfortably stretching out the bag. The second con is that the interior lining does peel and become sticky, so that requires time and effort to clean it out. So let me know what you think. Have you seen this bag before, or do you own one yourself? And would you pay what I paid for it? About 350 Australian dollars. In my opinion, it was a great bargain and I love this bag and I have no regrets buying it at all. And actually I would recommend it to a lot of people. I think it's really beautiful and versatile and low maintenance. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. Have a nice day.